This could have been a tricky assignment. You've made the point in the week, change of ownership going through, new boss. You weren't entirely sure how they were going to set up. They were certainly going to come out with a rocket up the backside, weren't they? They were going to take the game to you. So you weren't entirely sure what you were going to face today. So you must be delighted to have come through it as well as you did. Yeah,
and the reality was it was a tricky game. And of course we went behind, so it's very difficult, very, very difficult, and it's a tight pitch with a team that are motivated and fighting for their life now, and so we actually made the game appear more comfortable than it was, but it certainly wasn't a walk in the park for us, but not by any means.
A couple of changes back. Kevin Castro, he's not started for a while. Jim O'Brien, he's not started for a while through injury. What was the thinking?
Well, I think that the guys have an opportunity throughout the week to show that they're really ready to go into the team, and when guys come out the team, they do specific work on the things that maybe are holding them back a little bit, and if they approach that work really well, they give me a positive feeling, then they're always in with a chance of going into the team, and I think they both came in and made a brilliant impact in the game.
They did, they both scored.
Exactly, they both scored, and Jim's involved in another goal with a shot that's parried, and I think his all-round game was fantastic. He's collecting the ball in brilliant positions and also pouncing on the loose ball because he reading the game in a brilliant way. Kevin has so much power. He's a menace the whole game. I think he disrupted the back line so much because he's such a big threat, and of course if he gets a sighted goal, there's always a chance he's going to score.
Another one for Macaulay Langstaff. You made the point a time or two. He gets these goals, he gets these inside the 6-yard box because he's thinking, he's anticipating something falling for him, and that's exactly what happened today.
For sure, he's a true striker, and we fortunately we're a team that create lots of actions in and around the box, and that means as a centre forward, if you're alive, you've always got a chance to push the ball over the line, and I think we saw that with Kedwin as well.
At that stage, we're thinking Dagenham, we're thinking Wealdstone, we're thinking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, however many. It's never going to be that easy, is it? It was very difficult. It was a fragmented start to the second half. Difficult really for both sides to get any sort of flowing football going.
No, exactly that. If you look at the result on paper, you think maybe we came here and had an easy day. We didn't. The opposition were very, like I say, they were very motivated and very strong, and the conditions are more difficult because the pitch sometimes stops you from making a final pass, but in the end we managed to control enough of the game to get a decent result, but it certainly wasn't easy by any means.
Kedwin's come out of the starting 11 today. I guess the biggest boost to him as he goes back on the coach was the fact that when he came on, replaced Macaulay, he got a goal.
No, exactly, and there's a lot of competition for that spot there that Macca plays, a single striker with the team really trying to build up to give you the ball. Of course, Cairo Mitchell has done it as well, and he's disappointed not to be on the pitch. But Kedwin came on, replaced Macca, replaced straight down the middle of the pitch, and he got his goal from where we want him to score from like 2 yards, and just pushed the ball over the line.
We've talked in the past about whether it's relevant what Wrexham are doing right now, what Notts County are doing right now. Were you getting any feed towards the last few seconds there, or did you wonder what the Notts County supporters were on about towards the back end?
No, actually, I went in to speak to the players very quickly and came out to speak to you immediately after that, so I genuinely don't know the result, but I know that it must have been positive because the fans singing, of course, like at the end, so I understand that there's a positive result at Wrexham, but no, I genuinely don't know the score.
Wrexham scored in the last minute, but then York equalised, so it finished 1-1, so you're back top of the table.
Oh, okay.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that at this moment in time we're performing well, and that the opposition is not going anywhere soon. We know this, and we have to keep winning. We have to keep performing really, really well, and we have to keep winning games. And at some point, we're going to draw towards the end of the season and see where we are in the shake-up.
You're level on goals with them now as well. You've gone past 50 goals for the season. I mean, this is almost uncharted territory for Notts County for quite a long time. Potentially 100 goals in a season.
Well, I think we can only thank the players for that. It's quite simple that they're the guys on the pitch that are that are producing, and the hardest thing in football is to put the ball in the back of the net, and we've got several people now that are really stepping up to the plate. Of course, we have Macca is obvious. We have Macca who's scoring. His ratio is incredible, but you know we've got plenty of players now that are chipping in from all around the pitch.
And just to finish, I know there's things you've talked about this week, Luke. Everybody's asking you questions. You're doing presses all the time, but just 3 things you have touched on. Is there any update on Connell Rawlinson? You said he'd gone away to hospital and you were having checks on him.
Yeah, Connell is having a scan today, I believe, just to rule out anything that is more serious, because we feel like we're really on top of the situation and he's progressing well. So that's just that scan is just precaution, really, just to clear that up. So he's in as good a place as we could expect him to be.
48 hours ago, you were confirming that John Bostock had been training with the club, and we didn't know which way that was going to go. Has anything changed in the last 48 hours?
No, we probably will communicate again with John's agent tomorrow or Monday rather, and see where we're at with the negotiation, if there is any. I'm sure that John has plenty of different opportunities and offers and that, so we just be calm about this one and see where we are.
And finally, I think I've now got 9 names that have been linked with Macaulay Langstaff.
Yeah, I mean, this is obvious for us. We know that's going to happen, but one thing is being linked and another thing is being very serious, you know. And when before Macaulay came to Notts County, he was linked with everyone in League One, everyone in League Two, everyone in the National League. But of course, we were the club that were most serious. The people that have the big responsibility for recruitment at this club are excellent, and they understood exactly what Macaulay was about, and they're the team. We're the club that made it happen. So it's one thing being talked about and people speculating, but another thing to be really serious about that. So Macca is in a brilliant place. He has a team around him that adore him, a team around him that try to give him opportunities to score. I think he's having a fantastic season. So, if for Macca to leave the club at this point, I think would have to be really something incredible, not just speculation.